Hey friends, it's Missy again. Thanks for joining me today. I'm back with a new layout for the Paige Evans design team, and I'm going to be using a ton of pattern papers on this layout. I'm going to use a lot of papers from the Pick Me Up collection, the Oh My Heart collection, and a little bit of Fancy Free. And I'm going to use Paige's layered flower cut file, and I absolutely am obsessed with how this turns out. So pretty, and it's actually very easy to do. So you can see here I just cut different pattern papers to fit my silhouette cameo mat there, and then I cut the flowers. Each one gets smaller and smaller, and I actually added a couple more than are in the cut file, so you can resize these and add as many layers as you want. And my thought process was I wanted to have the darkest color in the back and then work my way lighter to the front. And I added even a little bit of orange in there. So I'm going to make a really big pink flower to start here. And this is so easy. Look how pretty this turns out. You get this instant dimension, texture, and I love the gradient of the colors. I was so excited. I'm going to do a blue one now. So I went through all the pattern papers again and went ahead and cut them and cut the same exact sizes of all the flowers. And I'm just going to do the same process again here and stack them together. And again, I went from darkest to lightest. And I think that really gives a dimensional effect when the flower is all put together. So once I made the blue one, I decided I might as well go for yellow. And so I'm going to have 3 large flowers. And I hadn't even chosen my photo yet. I didn't know how I was going to arrange these on my layout. I just wanted to make them. So here are all 3 of them, and they're pretty big. So that took nothing. I mean, it just took time to cut it, but you cannot mess this up. I mean, it's just paper and gluing. So awesome. So I'm just adding a little dab of glue in the middle to attach these together, because I definitely don't want to glue the petals down, because I want to be able to fold those up and kind of ruffle up the edges and to make them really stand up off the page. And so once I had all these flowers assembled, then it was just a matter of, you know, where are these going to go on my background? What kind of background am I going to use? And what am I going to do next? I went through my stash and found a yellow, blue, and pink button to finish off the middle of the flowers. And this is just some floss, embroidery type floss that you would use for hand stitching. And I'm just going to add a little bit to the middle of each of the buttons just to kind of give it a finished look. And I'm going to stick those down right into the middle of each flower. Sometimes I can just glue buttons on, but when it's in the middle of a flower like this and it's the focal point of the flower, I wanted to make them look, you know, even more detailed. And so that's why I added just the little bit of thread there to the buttons. And you could totally skip that step if you're not a button person, but I just like the extra something that it gave the flowers. So I still haven't even chosen my picture yet, but here is what you can do with these petals. Once everything is attached, you can just sort of bend and fold and really make these flowers pop off the page or project, whatever you're going to use these on. I think they're so pretty. So I decided to go with the tried and true white background because I really wanted these flowers to just stand off the page. And look at the dimension. I love these. I definitely want to do this again. I decided on this picture. It's a pretty close-up picture of Paige. She was hanging over the back of the recliner, just smiling cute one day. And even though the bottom of the picture is brown from our recliner, it's not even going to really be a factor. At first I thought, do I want this big chunk of brown? But I'm going to most of it gets covered up with the flowers and you don't even notice it. So I'm going to add some clear gesso to my background here because I wanted to use some distress oxides. Now, I got this idea of what I'm going to do here from Audrey Yeager. She did this technique in one of her most recent videos for Paige Evans' silhouette team, and I thought it looked amazing. And so all she did was this right here. Take your distress oxide and just use the entire pad to just smudge color down in kind of a swiping motion. And I'm going to do a streak of each color to match the flowers. I'm kind of using 2 different pinks, 2 different yellows, and 2 different blues. But this turns out so cool, and it's so easy. You don't even need any plastic. You don't really even need any paintbrushes. You just scrape the entire pad right onto the paper. And then here's where the magic happens. Just spritz a little bit of water on it and let it drip. I got me a napkin under there to catch it because my desk is messy enough as it is. But I just sprayed it on and let it drip, and you can see how some of the colors blended together, and there's still a little bit of white kind of in the pink there. I love how that turned out. The colors are so rich, and the gesso really helped to kind of add a little bit more texture and allowed those colors to really run and blend. So now it looks like all this color is kind of running out from each flower. But I did want to add a little bit of splattering, and so I'm going to use the same colors, smush it down onto some plastic, add some water, and this time I am going to use a brush just to treat it like watercolor and splash it around and add some splattering. I'm really loving those pink colors. I think the pink colors were picked raspberry and seedless preserves. The seedless preserves, from the packaging, it looks like a purple color, and it is the deepest, most beautiful pink ever. I love it. So once I got all that done, I felt like the splatters up at the top were too much. So I'm going to cover up a little bit and kind of make it a little more subtle with some white gesso. I love splatters, but something about, I didn't want it solid white up at the top, but I just felt like the splatters were too bold. So I just softened them up a little bit. And this is how this is going to go. I'm going to tuck the photo right in the middle there, and then I thought it would be cute to go through all of the embellishments from the Pick Me Up collection and do some color coordinating here. And I thought I would use some of the moths, that cute little watermelon, some of the chipboard stickers also, and I'm just trying to add some blue things to the blue section, some pink things on the pink, and some yellow on the yellow. And they don't necessarily have to mean anything. I just want little bits of detail going down on the bottom part here. I'm also going to use some rub-ons. Now I had a little bit of a time here because the background wasn't 100% dry. Definitely was not the rub-on's fault. It was user error because, yeah, why would you want to rub something on when something is not even dry? But it worked out. I just kept scraping and scraping and I got it to work. Yeah. Tip of the day, make sure your paper is dry before you go adhere a rub-on. Common sense would kick in, you would think, but yeah. Sometimes I just get so into it and I get so excited and I just go, 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 go. Same thing here with this little butterfly, but as you can see, I got it to work. I just kept scraping over it. More rub-ons. Everywhere I looked, I just saw little bits and pieces of things that would match. I've been eyeballing that cute little deep pink purple watermelon, and I thought, I'm never going to use that on a page. Well, guess what? I think I'm going to use it on this one because it matches and it looks cute. And I'm just going to play around. I didn't want it to get too busy, but I did want some little somethings going on down there. And I'm going to add 2 flower cluster stickers on each side of the photo just to bring in some more color up there, since, you know, if you see the photo all around her head, it's dark. And so I felt like those little cluster of flower stickers kind of brighten that up. And I am loving this. That's a little XOXO piece that I cut from the specialty vellum, the cut apart vellum. I think I had cut it for a previous layout and never used it. So it's going to go on this one. I'm also going to use some of the haberdashery buttons. Now on these buttons, I just stick them down or glue them down. I don't add any stitching to the middle. Now this is a cute little emoji piece from, I can't remember the name of, or the number of the paper, but it's from Pick Me Up. And it was in the middle of all of my stuff, so I just fussy cut it out and used it on the yellow section along with that fussy cut moth. I'm also going to fussy cut out a heart, and that paper is from Oh My Heart. So I do use several papers from Oh My Heart on the flowers, and then here on these little hearts to cut out. I cut out each color of a heart. So it just kind of looks like the flowers are running with all of this color. They're dripping with color, and then all of these cute little things are mixed in with the color. And I love that. I love doing tone on tone things, and just I was so excited making this layout. I was like, this is so cute. I love this. I love this. And of course I have to add thread. So I'm going to use coordinating colors again. Keep everything blue on the blue side, pink and yellow, and just add a little bit, not too much, but just to add some little whimsical texture underneath each flower. And I think I can't remember which flower, but there was a piece or two from the Fancy Free 12 by 12 paper pad. I do still have bits and pieces from the Fancy Free collection, which was Paige's very first collection. And I'm not going to add any adhesive foam under the photo since the flowers pretty much stand out and the picture tucks underneath them. I just went simple with the title. It's going to be This Sweet Girl. And I had to play around with the mini thickers to kind of get them perfectly aligned on top of the photo. So I stick them down, pull them up, stick them down, pull them up to make sure that it's the words are even. And I finally got that right. Those are the mini thickers from Pick Me Up collection. And I didn't want to leave them solid white, so I'm going to go back to my 3 main colors here. And then this is a great way to customize these thickers. Add some of the Distress Oxide to them. You could totally color the entire thicker. I'm going to do sort of an ombre and just do the bottom parts of the letters, and so you're going to be able to see them pop off of that white background a little bit more, but it's still subtle, but it gives it a little something extra. And that was super easy, didn't take any time at all. That's what I love about those thickers, is I love the size, I love that they're foam, and that you can customize them. Okay, there's the final layout. I love how this turned out, and it was super easy to do. You have got to use this flower cut file if you love flowers. You can see how easy it was to put together. Yeah, please use these. I'm begging you to use this cut file. Who am I? It's crazy, but they're so pretty. Love it, love it, love it. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna calm down now. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.